How's it going, everybody? For this week's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about something I've been doing a lot lately. Now that the fish are really starting to transfer from winter patterns into spring patterns and even pre-spawn and spawning type patterns depending on your location. And what that is really zoning in on isolated cover and things like that. I'm finding a lot of deep water access points, whether it be channels or just relatively deep water. And really trying to zone in on isolated cover, whether it be a lay down, rock pile, anything like that, right outside of major spawning areas. And for me personally, I've been fishing a lot of lay downs, things like that, very isolated. This past week I was out flipping some really big female fish that just moved up. They're in their kind of mid pre-spawn stages, just kind of getting up there and searching around. There's still some early pre-spawn wintering fish, and even some fish that are going to be on beds pretty quick. So it's really important this time of year to get up shallow, go look around deep water access point, any kind of major highway where those fish are going to move up, start thinking about spawning and feeding, and look for some isolated cover where you might be able to pick off a really big fish. Like I said, just this past week I was having some good success doing this, flipping a jig on a iRod Air Series 754 in Shimano Metanium. Braid to a leader, 20-pound leader to a 65-pound braid, just flipping bushes, typical brush style head jigs. And the fish are starting to move up there. Try to figure out some scenarios where you guys might be able to zone in on a similar pattern. Like I said, a lot of fish this time of year, especially some of the biggest fish, are going to be getting up shallow, looking around places to spawn, things like that. Especially on isolated cover, it's almost a guarantee that if you get up on that real isolated stuff this time of year in the early pre-spawn, that there's going to be a big fish on it. Especially if you're up north, this is going to be a really good pattern for you to start running right now. And if you're down south, get in on it next year. You guys are probably all looking for some bedfish and things like that right now. So hopefully the next video I'll have some bedfish and things like that, where I can show you guys maybe some different sight fishing techniques and things like that. So thanks for viewing this week's video. I hope it's a short little tip, but I hope it helped you get up on some shallow isolated cover this time of year near deep water access points, and maybe go see if you can find yourself a big female. So good luck to you guys. Stay tuned for next week, and good fishing.